for our website for our members that are not able to make it. So Ken, what city are you coming from?
I'm in Maryland.
Maryland?
Yep.
Oh,
so
same
I'm
thing
right
with
up-
Samuel. Samuel is
Yeah.
also from Maryland.
Oh, okay. Hey,
So
Samuel.
Yeah.
How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, man. I'm doing well.
Great,
Thanks.
Awesome.
We're
And
about to-
then,
Whereabouts in Maryland are you?
I'm living in Hanover.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
okay. All right. And Malik, where are you from?
I'm Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. Awesome. And we have Robin. Robin, what city are you coming from? Welcome.
Greenville, South Carolina.
South Carolina. Oh my gosh. And Dave, Dave Ray, are you able to participate? All right. Let's see. And Sophie, can you hear us? We can't hear you though. No, you guys can you hear Sophie?
No, can't hear.
No, we can't hear you, Sophie. You might have to use your phone for the speaker. Okay, and we have Dave. Dave, how are you?
I'm doing great. How is everybody today?
Okay. Tell everyone where you're from, or what city are you calling in?
I live in a nice little town called Spring Valley, which is on the outskirts of San Diego, down here in Southern California.
Okay, and Mitch, Mitch Reed, are you available on video? And
Hey, how are you? No, I'm just driving, getting set up still.
okay, drive safe. We don't want you to get into any accident. So take your time. And we're hoping Sophie can also communicate with us here. She's having trouble with her microphone. But okay, we have another person coming in. Okay, hello. How do you pronounce Tien?
Yes, Tim. Yeah.
All right, Tien. What city are you coming from?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Florida. Okay. Wow, that's awesome. We've covered the entire U.S., right?
Yeah.
I spent 3 months in Jacksonville back in 1980.
Oh, really? Wow.
Beautiful city.
Oh, man, they're just kidding me.
Okay, and I have Joseph coming in and Mitch. Okay, hi Joseph, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How-
Joseph, great, welcome. What city are you calling from?
Well, currently I'm out of the country. I'm in East Africa right now.
Oh, you're in East Africa. Awesome. Oh my gosh, the farthest one we have. Okay. Mitch, are you still trying to connect?
Yeah, I think we're good. I'm in Florida, Northwest Florida.
Okay, Florida. All right. Okay, so who was here in Florida? It was Tien, right? Tien here in Florida. All right, so we've got 2 Floridas here. Okay, welcome to the Fire Up Connect. This is, I think we're gonna still have a few more people coming in, but we're gonna go ahead and start. My name is Marie Waite, and I am the founder and CEO of Fire Up Connect. My company is also called Finest Women in Real Estate, and Fire Up Connect actually was a spin-off from creating my company because we wanted to do a lot of project collaborations. It looks like we have another person. Let me just have this person come in here. Okay. And I think this is probably, Sophie, is that you?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now we can hear you.
Here we go. Let me exit on you.
All right, perfect. Okay, so Sophie, tell us where you're, what city are you calling from? You have to unmute your phone.
Okay. I'm
What was that?
Wisconsin.
You're breaking up a little.
Wisconsin.
Okay.
Sounds like she said Wisconsin.
Wisconsin? Okay, all right, perfect.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you. All right, and it looks like we have Mitch. We can see Mitch now, and we have Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Hello, what city are you calling from?
I am in upstate New York, just about 40 minutes north of Albany, enjoying the
Awesome.
4 inches of snow we got.
Okay, thank you. And then we have Fu. Fu, are you available on video? Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. It looks like it's busy. But anyway, so this is the Fire Up Connect. It's an amazing business networking group that we started a few years ago before COVID, and we were in person before, and now we're 100% online. We meet so many different types of people here. We meet every Tuesday at 3 o'clock and every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And what we do here is we have specific goals, and we have 1 hour meeting. So within that 1 hour, we wanted to make sure that we can get some information about your business, that we can talk about something that can give us more information about how you run your business. And we also wanted to make sure that we can get some ideas of what you're working on, or if you have any success stories that you can share, we can talk about that here. I have a pretty strict time because we are about 12 people here right now. So we need to just honor our time so we can make sure that we cover everything in 1 hour. Okay, is that all right with you guys? Okay,
Yes.
so
Sounds
we'll
good.
start with a Q&A, and the Q&A is where I get to ask someone a question, and you have a minute to answer. And just be very direct to the point, and give us the best answer that you can give in the question. And then after that, you get to ask someone else. You get to pick someone, ask any questions you want, and they'll do the same thing. And I'll be the last one to be picked, okay, since I'm hosting here. So I'm going to start the Q&A. Let me go ahead and ask Robin. Robin, I wanted to just, if you can just give us one of your best offer in 1 minute within your business, if you could just do that.
Well, we are an AI-powered talent sourcing platform. So our offer is that if you're looking to grow your business and you need to find the right talent, we're the right resource for you to connect with military talent, military veterans, military spouses, and that talent around the world. So that's what we do. We source talent for employers who need to find the right candidate quickly and efficiently. So.
Awesome. Thank you, Robin. Now you get to pick anybody else in the group and ask them a question too.
All right. I will pick Ken because his picture is right below mine.
Okay.
Ken, how do you market your business?
We are a startup manufacturing company. We manufacture a hospital-grade EPA-registered cleaner and disinfectant that is made via electrolysis and a little bit of salt. It's very pure and clean, and very, very effective. And we are trying to grow our distribution channels. So really our marketing, we do a little bit of social media marketing, a little bit of website marketing as well. But we're also direct connecting. We're collaborating with people. We're looking for distributors. We're looking for chemical companies. We're looking for relationships at that level. So it's a little bit of a multi-pronged approach.
Okay, thank you,
Thanks for
Ken.
the question.
Now, Ken, go ahead and pick the next person for you.
Okay, I guess I'll pick Samuel, since Samuel's from Maryland. So Samuel, do you own a business, and if so, what are your experiences and expertise in running that business?
So we do like web designing, social media marketing, graphic design. Like we do much about I would say brand strategy. So our aim is to try to let companies. I mean, we're trying to connect companies to their audience or their target audience. Was like what we are aiming for is to get people or like people who own their business to get their right people. I mean, the right clients or like right audience for their product. So we use strategy and I would say creativity too. So it's designing and not only designing and marketing it. So designing and the right way to market a company to get the right people who like it. Because I think I read this article that was yesterday and it was talking about how many companies fail, and they fail because they don't target the right people who are like who like the service that they offer or maybe the product that they're selling. Yeah.
Okay,
So we
great.
try to help companies get their target audience.
Thank you,
Perfect.
Samuel.
Thank you.
All right, Samuel, go ahead and pick your next person.
Oh, okay. So I'll pick this. Okay, so I'll pick Fo. Am I right?
Yes. What's your question
Yeah.
for Fu? Is he available? Fu, are you free to be asked? He might not be available right now, so if you want to pick someone else, go ahead.
Okay. So I'll pick 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll pick 10, and I want to ask you like what actually does it offer for customers or maybe clients?
Okay.
Thank you,
What's
Samuel.
their work and what they do?
Yes, Samuel, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for questions. My name is Tien. I live in Jacksonville, Florida, and my service is financial services from individual finance, life insurance, investment, 401k. Small business, we also do 401k for small business, especially in California. Recently, they have a law coming out. You know, anyone have a certain number of employees, you have to have 401k plan, thing like that. So we do that. Yeah. And I provide financial education class for the public. Anybody can attend them. It's for free online on Zoom.
Okay,
Yeah.
great, Tien. All right, Tien, your turn.
I have a question for Dave. Dave, please share what your specialty and how you grow your market during this time.
Yes, thank you, Tien. My name is Dave Ray with MindMasters and Dave Ray Coaching and Consulting. So I'm a small business coach. I specialize with home businesses and sole proprietors, and I help them be more consistent in what they have to do so that they can grow their profits and enjoy life more as a business owner with the work-life balance. And my specialty is analyzing problems and breaking them down into digestible pieces with checklists and set processes and procedures. And my marketing is usually through the Chamber of Commerce. I've gotten almost all my business for the last several years through the Chamber of Commerce.
Awesome. Thank you, Dave. Now, Dave, your turn.
Okay. I think I'll go next with Joseph. Joseph, could you tell us what your specialty is and maybe why you're here today? What are you hoping to gain by this meeting today?
Okay. Well, so I'm a multifamily investor. What I do is I help people pretty much get passive income, above market returns, and also reduce tax liabilities. So if you're an entrepreneur, W-2 worker, and you pretty much, I don't know, I guess getting killed in taxes, I can solve that problem for you. Also, I work with people with 401ks and SDIRs as well. So if they want a better return than what they're getting with the stock market, I can help you with that as well. Something I'm looking to gain here is, I mean, possibly more people to connect with who would like to be in the real estate market, multifamily.
Okay. Thank you, Joseph. Now, your turn.
Let's see. So I would choose the one that says iPhone
I think
right
that-
there.
Yeah, that was
Yes, from
Sophie.
Wisconsin. Yes, Sophie.
So what's your question for
So
Sophie?
the question will be, what is your business and how do you market?
Yeah, so my business is Social Roots LLC, and we are a social media management company. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
go ahead.
Okay, sure. So basically I do similar to what Samuel does. I do graphic design, website design. I do social media management, marketing. I also have my real estate license here in Wisconsin. So I work hand in hand with some loan consultants, real estate agents as well. And really we just focus on brand development for businesses. And we've seen a pretty good yes to no ratio thus far. But I'm really here just, networking, getting to see who else is in the industry, what else is in the area, building my LinkedIn up and trying to get more active on there for my own business sake and just get more comfortable with different platforms for my business.
Awesome. Thank you, Sophie. Now your turn, Sophie.
I will ask now. I didn't get to hear too much in the beginning because my phone
So-
or my computer.
Yeah, you
working.
just choose anyone in the one that hasn't been asked and
Yeah.
ask a question. They have 1 minute to answer you.
Perfect. Yeah, Sharon, tell me a little bit about your business.
Great. Thank you so much, Sophie. It's great to see so many marketing people on here because I do the same thing, but in a little bit of a different realm. I specialize in helping nonprofits, municipalities, small businesses, and entrepreneurs with their marketing, public relations, and development strategies, fundraising strategies. And I also help with economic development specifically for municipalities to help the municipality itself, as well as the small businesses and the people that reside within that community to really help grow and have, financial stewardship in that area. And I also help with content creation with digital and social media, digital being websites and email and things like that. So, and I just started my business. I started a few months ago. I worked in the 9-to-5 area for about 25 years. And so here I am. And yeah, and this is great. I love being part of this and hearing about everybody.
Thank you, Sharon.
Yeah,
Okay, your turn.
All righty. So let's see. And I'm not sure if this is the name on the screen, but Malik.
Yes, that's me.
Hi. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm fine. Nice to
Good.
meet so many people.
Yeah. I would love to hear about what your business is and what you found your biggest challenge in running your own business.
Okay, so I write patents, so I'm in intellectual property. So I write patents and I prosecute them with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. And I've been doing this for almost when COVID started. I was a couple of months at that time. So I think biggest challenge for me has been finding clients. And my objective or my company's objective is to make intellectual property affordable. So that's why we call ourselves Affordable Patent Agency. So because patents can be very expensive, but they are a must for any inventor, because you can't go back and protect your invention. You have to do it right at the onset, and that's when people don't have as much money. And I came into this because I was an inventor myself, and I had a lot of I found that patents were very expensive but very useful. So I love doing what I do, and I thought I'll start doing that. And so like I told you, the biggest challenge I have is finding the right clients.
Okay. All right, Malik, your turn. Who's next?
Okay, let's see. So Mitch hasn't said anything, so maybe we should go to him.
All right, Mitch. What's your question for Mitch?
So I want to know what he does, what's his specialty, and how's he finding clients, or how's he growing his business?
Okay, I know he's driving. Mitch, I just asked you to unmute, so I'm not sure if you're able to speak. I think he is still not ready. Okay, so let's move on to another person, Malik.
Oh, then the next one is Paul.
Oh,
right?
there he is. I think he just did.
Oh,
Mitch, are
okay.
you ready? I think he's still having a, okay. Are you able to speak?
Yeah, we should be good now. What was the question?
Okay, what was the question again, Malik?
So what's his specialty and how is he growing his business?
Yeah, thank you so much. So I wear many hats. I'm kind of a serial entrepreneur, but for this, I'll discuss my charity. I started a 501c3 charity a couple years ago. We're currently the only global charitable consultancy in the gaming industry. And what we do is we leverage gaming and gaming culture to scale social impact worldwide. We meet with decision makers, companies, and executives. We have typically a top-down approach. We've also been working with municipalities, really been focused on workforce development, climate, culture, and how do you inspire people, especially in technical digital environments worldwide for social impact.
Awesome. All right, Mitch. Thank you. Who's your next one? I think Paul is still available, right? Paul is available, and who else? I think that's it.
Metro Properties Holding. Perfect. Yeah, so Paul, if you could tell me a little about how long you've been doing what you're doing and how it's going for you.
Well, thank you very much, Mitch. I've been in this since I've been a toddler, a baby. My dad and my uncle were home builders, real estate investors in San Francisco, the city proper, and back in the late 50s, 60s, and 70s. And then ironically, I never did think that I'd get into this, but at a young age, my dad used to take me come summertime for break. I'd go to work with him, and I played a lot of sports growing up. But one thing I noticed when I would ride my bike, I'd go by like my uncle's projects, and I was just infatuated with the building process. So right out of high school, I think 12th grade, I think I got into the apprenticeship program, graduated early in both the fields of carpentry and electrical. And then I just enhanced my growth with that, with my father's teaching in business. So I really enjoyed that. And then my college, architecture and business. And then, so I've literally been in this business, oh my goodness, more than about 40 years. And so I'm an impact investor manager. I'm promoting a huge development here in the city of Rio Rancho, New Mexico, helping to develop the Civic Center Plaza of the Rio Rancho area. And I'm a commercial broker here. And in San Francisco, I keep my real estate business going there. And I'm also a general and electrical contractor there for many years. So that's what I do. But my main gig is promoting this commercial economic development through commercial real estate development in the city of Rio Rancho. And all for the sake of the brain drain. A lot of the young ones leave here, university, because that component is missing. So that's what I do.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. So you guys got to get to know a little bit about each other, right? Okay, so we're going to move on to the next part of our meeting, which is what we call the expert section. And I normally sometimes would have a speaker, but this time we're going to just mention one topic and you guys give your perspective. We will have about 7 minutes to kind of cover this and, chime in if you guys have anything to say about it. Okay. So the topic today is about strategy. And I know everyone here has a specific understanding of what a strategy means to you within your business. So I would like to go ahead and choose, actually, Ken, would you like to share like a minute of what your concept of strategy in your business?
Boy, that's a tough question.
It is.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I think strategy comes down to coming up with a clear plan in terms of building your business, marketing your business, growing your business. And then I think the hardest part about strategy is execution, because you can you can have a lot of wonderful plans in terms of how you're, how you market your business and how you think you're going to grow it. But if you can't execute it, you go nowhere. So I would just say, in terms of strategy, whatever your strategy is, stay as focused as you can on that particular strategy. Lay out a very clear plan, and then really focus hard on executing it. So those are my comments, maybe a bit broad, but it's a great question. It's a great question.
Thank you, Ken. All right. I would like to go ahead and ask Dave. Same question.
Yeah, okay, Marie, thanks. Well, I have a very particular viewpoint of this. I would say if you're looking at what your strategy is, what do you want written on your headstone? What do you want the world to know about you when you're dead? And that all goes backwards to your mission and your vision of your company. And that goes back to your values as a person and how you run your business. And I think if you can figure out what you want people to know you for after you're gone, every decision that you have to make is easy. Either it supports that or it doesn't.
Okay.
So that's my feeling.
Thank you, Dave. All right, Sharon, what about you?
Well, I'd like to just say ditto on Ken and Dave. I agree with a lot of what they said. So great insight, guys. I really truly believe, what Dave said about going back to your purpose, your passion. Why did you start your business? And, going back to that mission, values, and your vision, because that truly is what's going to drive you to crafting your overall business strategy. And the second part also would be, who is your ideal client, right? Who, and what problem are you offering to solve to them, or what unique thing are you offering to them? And, once again, creating your strategy on that, but also having time strategies, right? Your first year in business, obviously it's going to be a lot of learning. You're going to think you have this great framework, but you're going to have to understand that can shift, right? We've all learned that pretty well in the last 2 years. You've got to shift. But I think you also need to have, looking out 5 and, possibly if you're, can look out that 10 years, have some things in place that you know where your business is going, and have that vision, that strategy to help, create that.
Okay, thank you. Robin?
I agree with a lot of what the others have said. One thing that I've learned is if you run your business just for money, you will fail. And you have to run it with a purpose and figure out what that is and the why. And the money will happen for you, because because you're working to help others, to whatever your purpose is. And then be able to get to a point where you can say no to the wrong client. Because in the beginning of my business, we were chasing every dollar. It's like, okay, yes, I'll do sourcing for you because you're going to pay me, but it wasn't about the money. It was about just having money in the business. Right. But they were the wrong kind of client for us. So I learned that, and I'm at a point where now I can feel comfortable saying we're not the right source, or we're not the right resource for you and your business, and walk away. So again, do it not for the money, but be able to say no.
Thank you, Robin. Okay, let's move on to Joseph.
Okay. And wait, I can't hear you right there. You just said something.
So strategy.
Okay, strategy. I would say it comes down to qualifying the right people, qualifying who's the right fit for your business or not, and try to get to that conclusion as quickly as possible. That way it limits the amount of time that you spend with the wrong people and maximizes the time that you spend with the right people.
Okay, great. Thank you. Malik.
So I agree with everything others said, but I think for me, the most important is be passionate about your craft. Whatever you're doing, just love it. So it's not a work, it's not a chore. It's something you would do if you were on a vacation. And the second is be nimble, because that's what business is all about. And third is don't give up. Even if you have not had sleepless nights, and if you have not curled up in a fetal position, you have not done business correctly yet. So don't give up.
Okay.
Well said,
All
well
right.
said.
Sophie, your turn.
All right, I'll unmute myself here. So my strategy going into starting my own business was well, like I said earlier, I thought I was going to hear no more than yes, which happens a lot in social media marketing, graphic design and stuff. But what I do is my big strategy that I swear by is before I reach out and like hear that no from someone, I do all the research I possibly can. And I also offer with my services, I offer a free social media marketing strategy that I think is going to be best for that business. And that was just kind of my strategy. I feel like if you give someone a little bit, like they're able to see what you have to offer. And I found that strategy with my business and the market that I'm in, it works really well because I'm able to do that research before going in. And then you get your business strategy with them out as soon as you can. And I feel like you just start to form that connection really well between you and your consumer or clients.
All right, thank you. All right, Tim.
Thank you. So for me, strategy have to start with, my goal. So if I have a long-term goal, I have the long-term strategies. 1 year goal, I have a 1 year strategy. And you'll be able to have to stick with that strategy long enough, or you have to change that strategy if you have to based on the current situation. So for example, for me personally, in financial service, we believe that have to go education. And education will slow down, you make less money, but you're going to be long-term better. And it takes us a long time. We're going to quit them, we don't know, but we stuck with it because we believe education will help. And then another case for me, right now, I never do online. So I sit here and say, I get in online, I get social media, I didn't work, I come out, in now. But for many months now, I say I got to stick with it because social media is gonna be there and gonna be a big market. So I have to find a way to get it done. So that is strategy I have to stick with. So that's how I approach things and look at a strategy and how to stick with it and how to change it.
Awesome. Thank you, Tim. All right, Samuel, your turn.
Yeah, so thank you for this question. I would say strategy is about a plan that you follow to create a perception for your company or yourself. And I would say perception because the perception that people have about you or your company, that is the brand for your company. So it's like your brand is mainly about what people think about you or what people think about your company. And I think Martin Amer said this. He's the author for Brand Gap. He wrote that book and he said your brand, he was actually talking about what your brand, he was saying that like your brand is not what you see about what people see about you. And I think Jeff Bezos also said this too, and he said your brand is what people see when you are not there or when you are not in the room. So I think it's all about creating something that people will just get certain feeling when they hear your name or your company, how people think about your company. So it's like creating a perception for people to yeah.
All right, thank you, Samuel. All right, Mitch, can you speak?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so strategy is something we do a lot as a strategic consultant, and we always start with, what is your vision and what is your end state? What are your goals? And from there, we kind of tailor it based on a needs assessment. We'll do a SWOT analysis, and I think strategies are something that are complex. They vary based on your mission and your scope, and having an understanding for your vision, and then we followed it up with, do we have any quantifiable, qualitative data points that we can go off of? We don't like to be subjective where we can be objective. So we focus on objectively measuring measurable goals and sizable bites over a short period of time. And that helps us craft that vision statement and hone in on the mission. And then from there, we can start quantifying how we're going to get there and develop a strategy that's relevant. We've done that at the global scale in over 50 countries in the last 2 years. And it seems to be a great formula. So.
Okay. Thank you, Mitch. All right, Paul, you're the last one.
strategy, I think in general, but for my business strategy, I've noticed over the years, it's something that has to be, I think when Malik mentioned nimble, I think strategy has to be organic. You have a master plan, and what I've noticed, you do have to change up things as you go. I think if you come to the point in your life where you have, say, enough to say, put in plans of marketing and things like that, you're not too strapped for cash and things like that. I think that that's going to give you a better edge on executing. I love that Ken mentioned executing. I think Warren Buffett said at one time that yes, without execution, your plan is dead in the water. And one might even argue, say, okay, well, I can't execute till this plan is perfect. But he even said it, if I'm not mistaken, hey, any execution plan, good or bad, is good. Just do it, because it gives you, you know, it gets you in that momentum. You think about something and now I have to move on it. So, and one thing that Robin mentioned, I look at my life, my business life in the past, I think some of the times that I've done things or I've made mistakes is when you're desperate, when you probably don't have enough to get to the point where you're at. And it's a shame, but now that you're more comfortable, you probably have a little bit more cash to do the things that you want, is when you could really take the time and really think about your move. So everyone's comments were fantastic.
Thank you so much. That is amazing. I think strategy, it boils down to also finding the right business relationships. You know, it matters who you work with. And I think being in a networking like this is actually good to start getting to know people, you know, vetting them and understanding, okay, is this a good fit for your business? Is this something that you can grow? So strategy is really also having a good relationship with people. And I believe that because all of my businesses have flourished through relationships. And I've been blessed by so many amazing people through the networking. So if we can take 30 seconds, if you can put your comments about what you've heard so far from everybody, just put it on chat, and also take your time to put your information so everybody can save the chat also with your information if they wanted to follow up with you. Let's do that right now, and while we're, you know, getting ready for our next meeting, next part of our meeting.
Hey, Marie, just to clarify, so we're just kind of commenting and summarizing on what we just heard, like a sentence or something, and then
It's
our
whatever you,
contact-
just whatever you think is a good additional comment for people to read based on what you learned from everybody. Any kind of comments, observation, whatever you think is appropriate.
I'm just gonna mute so people don't hear me banging on my keyboard.
Yes.
okay?
Yeah, sorry about that, Ping.
That's all right.
And Mitch, I know that you're driving. You can send it to us later, or, you know, you can email it to me, however works for you, and I can share it to people that are interested in connecting with you, Mitch, okay? We don't want you to get into any problem with your driving.
Thank you.
All right, it looks like we've got things coming in right now. Sharon, yeah, that was a good comment there. Robin, thank you. Let's see. Ken, thank you. Dave Ray, thank you. Mitch, thank you. Joseph, thank you. And Sophie, thank you. And Paul, thank you. Tim, thank you. Malik, thank you. All right. It looks like, all right. Awesome. So far, so good for everybody. All right. Next part of our meeting, we have about 21 minutes. We can still push this, which is what we call business share time. 1 minute again for everybody. This is your opportunity to share one of your success story or a specific or a business challenge that you want people to know, and that maybe they can help you and give you some recommendations, or a specific goal with a timeline of completion. So any of those three, if you can combine it in 1 minute, go for it. It's up to how you wanted to handle this, but you got 1 minute because we do have a lot of people here, and I'm just trying to be very cautious about our time. So who would like to start? Raise your hand or let me know, or else. Okay, Tian, go for it.
Well, my challenge is using social media for marketing.
Okay, all
in
right.
not a
Did you hear
easy
that?
way.
He needs social media. All
Yeah,
right,
because-
smile when okay,
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
next? Who's next?
I'll jump in, Ray.
Okay, Ken.
Our challenge is breaking into a new market. You know, it's tough when it's always hard when you're trying to break into a new market with some big heavy hitters. So I think everybody knows a little bit about that and has some experience. So penetrating channels and executing and getting a foothold with other large companies surrounding you. That's our challenge. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ken. All right, next, who's next?
In here.
All right, Sophie.
Need social media marketing. I gotcha. I will say my biggest struggle that I find is that I've lived kind of all over. So I have 2 little ones and bought a house in Wisconsin, and this is where me and my fiance live. And so kind of marketing out in an area where you have so many people who know so many other people, that's where I'm seeing a couple of hiccups where you already have, your sister's cousin doing your social media or whatever it be. But going after new businesses, I found to be kind of like a strong point for me, I guess, because they don't have that basis or, that person, your sister's cousin already doing it.
All right. Thank you, Sophie. Who's next?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of along the same lines as Sophie. Just starting my own business, I have the, the skills and the experience, but finding the clients to then implement them and make a living. So just having that, magnet, that pipe, to be able to attract clients and, just because I don't know if anybody else works this way, but I rather have a nice chat, whether it's Zoom or in person with somebody before I start pitching who I am. And I don't know if that's, hurting my business or that helps my business, but I really would like to know if I connect with that person or business or whatever it is before, we get started in a plan or, in some type of business partnership.
Okay, thank you. Who's next?
I can go.
Okay, Dave.
Yeah, my challenge this month is looking for speaking opportunities. I enjoy speaking to business groups and other types of seminar groups where you need someone to speak on a business topic, anything from time management to long-term planning, strategic planning, day-to-day business operations. The nuts and bolts stuff is really where I think I have a lot of really good material that people are interested in. And I have a pretty interesting perspective on things. So basically any business groups who need speakers, I'd love to help you out.
Awesome. All right, who's next?
Okay, so for me, something I'm doing right now is just working on raising capital for apartment buildings that my team currently have under contract. One is in Charleston, South Carolina. The other one is in Little Rock, Arkansas. The one in Little Rock, Arkansas is 126 units. The one in Charleston, South Carolina is 160 units. So I'm just working on raising capital for that. Specifically the one in Little Rock, Arkansas by the end of this month.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Joseph. Who's next?
I'll go. So we had a couple of successes today. Working with a very large bank to partner with them to get introduced to their small business clients. It's been about 6 months, and we finally got them to say they are going to subsidize the project, which is awesome because we weren't really expecting them to put money in. But it was a long process, 6 months, but we had a great successful day. So just sharing that.
That's awesome, Robin. Yay.
Awesome.
Okay, Mitch,
got
are you
two.
next?
Yeah, my two, one challenge, one success. The success is this past year, our consultancy had a major influence in over 50 countries and a total outreach of about 10 million people. Just leveraging gaming as a way to bridge and connect with people. It's been phenomenally scalable from workforce development to our education system and other countries' education system in STEM and addressing gaps like work, trade skills, and STEM related careers. So it's been phenomenally rewarding. The challenge is our 40 and overs, getting them to understand the importance of anthropological developments worldwide. You know, technology has had rapid changes and impacts to the younger generation especially. And so we connect with them resoundingly well. But as we educate senior leaders and stakeholders, especially our Fortune 500 company leaders and other world leaders and elected officials, we're having a difficult time educating and bridging that gap. So any connections there, speaking engagements, and ways to help us scale our 40 and over population would be great.
Awesome, Mitch. Okay, who's next?
I can go next.
Okay, Malik.
So I, first success, one of the first clients that I represented is getting ready to get 2 of their patents granted. So that's a huge success for me. Challenges is networking, and finding clients, but also for me is keeping the cost down, yet, paying all the bills and advertisement and all that, and competing with really big law firms who have very big budgets, but they also charge a lot of money. So that's a very difficult sometimes balance for me to keep.
Okay, all right. I think we haven't heard from Samuel and Paul. Who wants to go first? Samuel?
I'll say, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me talk. So today we closed a contract with minority business agency in Maryland. And I mean, it was very cool with my friend. I mean, my friend, he's been my friend for a very long time, so we started to think about business at a very long time. We talked about business, but we didn't execute it because it was like very scary for us. We didn't know how to start it. So we were just learning up. And one time he just came to us. I told him that we can just start it. And he was like, bro, how are we going to do it? I said, we can do it, bro. We just have to learn. So I've been watching a lot of videos, learning too. And we started this and it's been like really going well. And one of our challenges is most of the times, sometimes creating something like a logo or a design for a company, and they'll be like, I don't like color blue, I like yellow. Someone can even tell you that their wife like maybe pink, so they want you to add a pink color to the maybe the design, but that will not, maybe sometimes will not work for the company. And it's like they feel like you're ignoring their what they are trying to tell you because you just want to do. But sometimes one thing we always say is the business is not about what you like, it's about what will help the company. So that being what most of the times our answers to them, and it's been really working for us. So I would say it was a challenge for us initially, but now I think we are able to just explain it to people to understand it, and I think it's cool.
All right, thank you, Samuel. All right, Paul, I think you're the last one. Is there anybody else except from Paul? That's it, right? Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Well, my challenge is I'm in an industry that when it pays well, but when it doesn't, you have to start to really see what you could do to keep things going. What I mean by that now with inflation and how the interest rates are paralleling with that, and then you add the situation with materials and supply issues. We're trying to get out of that. And then on top of that, war in Eastern Europe. which I have friends there too that I keep in contact in Ukraine. I think it's something that business people need to always be alert of what's happening around them internationally, too, with finances, because at the end of the day, that's what I promote. I promote projects and I reach out to, you know, investors that, because these are multi-million-dollar projects. And so yesterday I was talking to the architect, and we haven't heard from the city manager. So when I woke up in the morning after working out and I was heading to the office, I called the architect returning his call, and I was on my way to the city hall. And he said, yeah, Paul, I don't understand why they haven't gotten back to you in a week. And we complied with what they wanted. Well, I told them, hey, listen, I'm here and I'm going to walk in there unannounced, but not that you're going to go in there bullying, but sometimes you need to show up and just let them know that, you know, for whatever reason, if in case you missed my email, you know, I'm here. I just wanted my group wants to hear about what you thought, and always keep it cordial. But apparently when I came to the front desk, no secretary was there, and who comes out was the city attorney. I've never met him. And so he said, I'll make sure to give this to him. And usually we'd have our secretary, but now that we're getting out of the pandemic, we're slowly getting back to the building. So my challenge is to keep it active, to keep it going without getting frustrated, because I've been working at this now for 3 years, and but you don't want to throw in the towel because you see huge benefits at the end. And this is a legacy that will outlive me for sure. And it'll be to the benefit of many people here. And so when I told the attorney, I'll just end with this, what's your project? He said, and I told him, you know, mixed use post-pandemic design, biophilic, and, you know, professional offices, and these hybrid motel type situations where each unit would have a washer and dryer. And he looked at me with a restaurant on top, and then app application for shopping on retail. He said, you know what, we so much need that here, because definitely there's nothing out there. So you hear these things and it helps you to keep going, but that is the challenge, to keep motivated and not get too frustrated.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your success stories, your challenges, and your specific goals. I think, you know, when you listen well to everyone's information, you actually get a lot of good information that you can work with them. So part of it is find ways that you can collaborate with one another. Listen, if you really listen well, there's some few words or key words that they say that will trigger that collaboration. So, you know, if, let's say, for example, Samuel, you know, you're having a tough time communicating, might be a good idea to partner with someone that can structure the communication for you, where you don't have to deal with the communication, but you just do the work. So if you can find somebody who's effective in communicating with your clients, that could help you make the process faster, and maybe have a template where you can get some structured information based on what they submitted, and then there's only flexibility of changes you allow, and that could help you a little bit. But for everyone else here, I think, you know, there's so many great talents and skills that I've heard. I love to collaborate with you, and I think you guys need to also find ways to follow up with everyone here, because there's always an opportunity that you guys can work. So we have 7 minutes. I just need some feedback in regards to your experience, 30 seconds. Who would like to give your feedback in terms of the meeting today?
All right.
Okay, Joseph, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was going to say the meeting was really good. I enjoyed really learning a lot about everyone here, and just connecting with everyone. Yeah, it's a great meeting.
Thank you. All right, Sharon, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say that I love the structure of the whole meeting and how everybody had a chance to say something. And I really think that everybody's, you know, what they had to say, something resonated with everybody. So I think that's wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you, Sharon. Who else would like to say something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marie, thanks for the meeting. Nice to meet everybody here. I echo Sharon's comments. You know, everybody's got a different perspective, and I think that's what makes meetings like this insightful and helpful and educational. So thanks for sharing, everybody, and look forward to connecting at some other time.
All right, thank you. Who else? All right, Dave.
I liked your question about strategy, and I liked how it was so not only open-ended, but just a very vague, wasn't a specific question about strategy. It was almost just the word strategy. So we've got 3 or 4 different viewpoints on that, rather than asking a very specific question.
Yes, I like to get people's perspective, different perspectives. Who else would like to share their experience?
Yeah, I agree with everyone. I think it was really nice being able to learn about other people's businesses or people who have similar businesses as you. I agree that the strategy question was awesome because everybody looks at it from a different point of view.
Awesome. All right. Anyone else? Okay, Malik.
I really enjoyed meeting everyone here, and I learned a lot about, various things, but biggest thing for me was to meet so many people who are small business owners like myself. So it's very encouraging to meet everyone.
Awesome. All right. Anyone else?
No, thanks for the opportunity. Really good meeting everybody. It was always this mission we have. We work with businesses. I'll just admit, we consult for free. Small businesses like you guys. If you guys want to learn a little bit about how to connect with your 40 and unders with the most scalable model out there, I'm happy to collaborate and show you guys what's going on.
Awesome. Thank you, Mitch. Anyone else? All right, Paul.
I mean, if no one else wants to go, I really enjoy these meetings. You know, I do, Marie. And I already see that meetings like this that are not your typical webinar meetup. This is really what needs to happen in the future, where you start to meet different people in different industries and see what's going on in the world of different industries. Like already I see that I'd like to talk with Dave and Joseph for sure. And just to mention something about Sharon, where you like to introduce yourself. This happened to me at one of my investor meetings just last week. This investor, supposedly he's an investor, he was on the webinar for no more than, I'd say, if I say 2 minutes, I'm being very generous to him. But he got off and wrote me, somewhat of I'd say a nasty letter on the chat where he said, listen, if you don't come out and say what you need to say, then I'm not going to invest in it. But it went to show me where he's at as a professional. Who in the world is going to, if someone's not going to give you the time to introduce yourselves and then have everyone else introduce yourself, who do you know who you're dealing with? So,
yeah.
So I think what Marie does here is fabulous.
Yeah, you have to value people in order to get their gifts and blessings. I work with so many people. I give my time and my talent when I know that the person actually appreciates what I have, and I actually give more. They get surprised with what they get from me. So anyway, Samuel, did you get your turn?
Can you come again, please?
Yeah, did you get your turn to share your comment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, you talking about this right now, or I mean earlier?
Yeah, it's what you feel about the meeting.
I think everything is cool, and I've learned something today that we'll talk about. I've really learned something today.
That's good. That's all. That's what we want,
Yeah.
like to see. Okay. Well, anyway, it's 3:58. Thank you so much for your time. If you guys are interested in being a part of Fire Connect, it's actually one of the best format I have created in my businesses. I have so many businesses. I have so many organizations that I'm affiliated, and I also created. I am the founder and CEO of Finest Women in Real Estate, where I'm also the founder and CEO of Fire Up Connect. I do have other industries that I'm connected to, like in healthcare, in real estate, in the fashion industry, and in the entertainment industry. So I'm very diverse with my connections. So if you'll be surprised that every one of you, I do have some connections. So I'm just very, I take my time to get to know people before I give my connections, because I have people that depend on me, and I want to make sure that when I'm connecting them to other people, that they are good people, legitimate, and they have good practice of business, because I don't want to burn my name. And that's all I have. I mean, I have to carry my name, and I make sure that, I protect it. And so but I do love to help other people. So I take my time to get to know you and work with you in so many ways. I'm very creative, so I can find ways to connect you or help you improve your business. Okay. Fire Up Connect meets every Tuesday again and every Friday. And if you are interested in joining, you can either go to fireupconnect.com and click join, and you'll see the information there. If you wanted to get more information, definitely we can schedule a call or a one-on-one meeting on Zoom, and I can give you more information. And if you decide not to join, it's okay, because the connection is really the key. Is if I understand what you do, I can still figure it out how we can make it work. But coming to the Fire Up Connect meeting is actually absolutely a beautiful concept for your business, because it brings so many people that you'd be surprised on how you can collaborate with them. Actually, Paul is one of our official member, and he's been here. And maybe Paul, you can give some of your own thoughts about being a member of Fire Up Connect, so for their own sake.
Yeah, like I said, like everyone here, we're all busy business people. But what I really appreciate about this, and I think Samuel mentioned it, is just the education part of this. I think anyone that doesn't want to learn more about how to communicate is going to be left behind. I mean, I think even though we have our devices and we're very sophisticated in our means of communication, to lose the one-on-one, the human-to-human contact, you're through, and so I think this platform really helps you with that. The other thing is that I'm part of the Real Men of Real Estate, another platform that Marie offers, and that there I use for my real estate business to interview people. And in fact, I wanted to talk to Dave to see if he wanted to be one of my guests coming up here. I do it once a month, but it's a talking point as well, because with my business in San Francisco, I was just on the phone with another broker on there with a client of mine that was looking at some land out there just out of San Francisco. And we talk about certain things. And I just remember just my business connections with professionals, and I invite them to be on the air. So you're being more of service with these platforms that Marie has. And for me, it's working out just fine. So
thank you, Paul. So we do have a radio talk show for Fire Up Connect, and that's something that you'll also learn to be a part of. I have other organizations that I'm involved. Once I get to know you, I can share you more information of how I can help you with your business and how we can help each other. So anyway, it's already 4:03, and again, thank you so much for your time. Make sure that you connect with us again, and I hope to see you again. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Marie.
It was
Great
awesome.
meeting everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hang in there, everyone.
Buddy, thank you. Thanks, Marie. Great job.
Thank you, Dave.
Save your chats.
Yeah, save your chats.
Joseph, I want to reach out to you too. Let's connect.
Okay,
I'd like to talk to you.
Yep.
Thanks.
text me.
And
everyone.
Paul, I'll go to your calendar link tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dave. Thank
Gonna
you.
run off to two other meetings later on this afternoon.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, great,
Thank
Marie.
you,
Thank you so
everybody.
much.
Yes,
Bye,
you're
everyone.
welcome.
See y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.